Hi, I'm Donald Tallman, the Executive Director of the Colorado Railroad Museum, and welcome to our midsummer edition of the Iron Horse News video magazine. We're in the midst of an exciting time here at the museum with many railcar projects underway, great mission-based events, and visitors from all over the world who come out to experience the rich history of Colorado through the connections with the stories of the people who worked and rode on the railroads. The museum continues to be a major tourist destination, and we're proud to be recognized for the 6th consecutive year as one of the top 10 paid attractions in the Denver metro area. In this edition, Carla Ahrenholtz, our Education Director, talks about our upcoming Junior Engineer Club and the Junior Engineer Activity Book that goes along with that. Kathy McCardwell, our Archivist, talks about the Otto Kuhler collection. Otto Kuhler was a major industrial designer in the 1930s and 40s and was responsible for designing many of the streamlined trains that we enjoy. Andrea Bestor, our Depot General Store Manager, talks about our new 2014 Otto Kuhler calendar to go along with the Otto Kuhler collection, and also Day Out with Thomas. While Jack Campbell, our Chief Mechanical Officer, talks about some of our restoration projects like the UP Diner, the B8 business car, the 491, that's a locomotive that was just recently donated by History Colorado, and the track work that's going on here. Lauren Giebler, our curator, will take us to our downstairs exhibit gallery and revisit our Life on Colorado Rails exhibit. And finally, we'll visit the Denver Garden Railway Society's layout. You know, we have a full agenda today, so let's get on board and get going. See you in a minute.
Hi, I'm Education Manager Carla Ahrenholtz. I'd like to tell you a little about some brand new kids programs and activities that we're adding this fall. Your child can be one of the first members of our new kids-only club, the Junior Engineer Club. A one-time fee of just $50 will get your 2 to 12-year-old child into the club all the way through their 13th birthday. Membership benefits include entry into the museum and discounts on children's merchandise, the birthday caboose, and children's programs like the Junior Engineer Parent and Child Workshop. Along with the Junior Engineer Club, we will soon offer a kids activity guide in the store. The activity guide was created for school-age kids to use while exploring the museum and is free with membership to the Junior Engineer Club or can be purchased separately. For families and our youngest visitors, we're adding Storytime Tuesdays to our program schedule. Families and children ages 2 and up can join us to explore the world of trains through colorful children's books, read by museum volunteers and staff. The museum is a great place to learn and explore. We hope you and your family will stop by and check out all of our new programs this fall.
Hi, I'm Kathy McCardwell, librarian and archivist with the Colorado Railroad Museum. This quarter, we wanted to feature a specific collection of particular interest to historians of art and industrial design, the Otto Kuhler collection. Otto Kuhler is one of the best-known railroad artists, both with rail fans and professional railroaders. Born in Germany, but becoming a naturalized U.S. citizen while still an adolescent, Kuhler was always interested in railroads, as illustrated by his childhood sketchbooks, one of which we have. We also have around 30 Kuhler artworks from later in his life, ranging from oil paintings to watercolors, drawings to etchings. His subjects range from imagined scenes with fanciful trains running through them to industrial drawings from the streamliner era, including early concept drawings of Vistadome cars. While we do not have a complete finding aid available for his documentary collections yet, one will be forthcoming on the library's website. In the meantime, just know that we do have a few cubic feet of Kuhler papers, including correspondence, promotional literature, and photographs. Researchers are welcome. We should also note for individuals with a strong interest in Kuhler that Boston University also holds some of his papers. So if you are seeking to make a comprehensive study of Kuhler, be sure to get in touch with their special collections department as well. We are lucky that Kuhler was a real friend of the Colorado Railroad Museum. The vast majority of the Kuhler pieces we have were in fact donated by Mrs. Kuhler after her husband's death. Those of you who've been longtime visitors of the Railroad Museum have probably seen some of Kuhler's paintings on display here. For those of you who just can't wait to see an Otto Kuhler original, we currently have one of his watercolors on loan to the Denver Public Library's Western History and Genealogy Division, where it is on display as part of their Artistry of Railroads exhibit, which is open through August 31st.
Hi there, I'm Andrea Bestor, Store Coordinator and Buyer for the General Store. Welcome back to another adventure through our store. The General Depot store, completed in 1959, resembles an 1880-era small-town railroad depot, with large bay windows for the station agent and wide eaves for passengers outside. The yellow and brown painted building reflects the colors for the Denver and Rio Grande Railroad. On another note, did you know that we offer 2 cars for rent for birthdays and special events? Please feel free to contact us at Guest Services for more information. September is around the corner, and what comes with it is 3 amazing weekends with Thomas the Tank Engine. Day Out with Thomas is a wonderful opportunity to not only experience the museum at its finest, but also get in some great family time. Calling all Otto Kuhler fans out there, 2014 Colorado Railroad Museum calendars are hot off the press and ready to be shown off in your home. Stop by today and pick your copy up. Remember, the General Store and Guest Services are here to create a wonderful experience for you and your family. See you next time.
As is generally the case here at the Restoration Department of the Colorado Railroad Museum, we've got plenty to do and we've got plenty going on. We've just painted our UP diner. It was in Rio Grande colors. Now it's going back to UP. We've got the UN of 50 inside being worked on. We've got our business car B8 inside being worked on. We've got a K37 491 inside being worked on, and we are building rider cars to replace the old wooden gondola rider cars that we've used for a long time here. We're replacing them with standard gauge flat cars of steel construction, putting narrow gauge trucks under them, end platforms, steps, and they will look typical of the open rider cars that were used on the Royal Gorge. We're 1 car into that. We've got 3 cars purchased to do this work on, and we're well into the first car. Last of all, our track project is coming along nicely. We are in the middle of putting a switch in the main line that will connect up to the track going between the library and the museum building, allowing that equipment to come out and our UP equipment to move into that place, including the freshly painted dining car.
Hi, I'm Lauren Giebler, Curator at the Colorado Railroad Museum. I'm in our new passenger car exhibit, which examines the life of Colorado railroad workers from 1930 to 1970. As part of this exhibit, we started an oral history program this year. We've interviewed several retired railroad employees, including California Zephyrette Mary Pittman and Rita Smith, a courier nurse with the Santa Fe Super Chief. Rita was kind enough to loan us several of her uniforms and medical bag from her time as a courier nurse. You can see these artifacts on display in this exhibit. The passenger car era exhibit will be up until May 2014. I hope you have a chance to stop by and see these wonderful artifacts.
My name is Jerry Driver. I'm with the Denver Garden Railway Society, giving a brief overview on what the Denver Garden Railway Society is all about. In September of 1994, the Colorado Railroad Museum allowed the Denver Garden Railway Society to start construction on a garden railroad. When we first started, the area behind us was brush and weeds, and there were 2 small streams that converged into a small pond. Over the years, we've hauled in over 65 yards of dirt and 30 tons of riprap rock to create 7 level loops powered by track power electricity and 3 live steam loops. In the Garden Railway Society, the trains are obviously a huge part of what we do, but the gardening is also a huge part. We have members who love to work on the trains. We have members who are expert gardeners. All of the plants you'll see on the Garden Railway today are live plants. The little coniferous trees are dwarf Alberta spruces, and the little trees that look like deciduous trees are really a boxwood that have been trimmed and pruned to look like little trees. We like to try to keep everything looking on the same scale so it looks like a real little miniature world. If one wanted to come see the trains run, Saturday mornings is really a good time because there's be a lot of trains running. But almost every day of the week, there'll be somebody here running a train. So if you like trains or if you like Colorado history, I highly recommend coming to the Colorado Railroad Museum and visiting us here at the Denver Garden Railway Society layout.
Well, I've been on the Board of Trustees for the Railroad Museum here since about 2007, and I'm the Secretary to the Board of Trustees, and so I'm responsible for taking the minutes on the meetings and keeping track of all those kinds of details and communications with others and so on. Well, I think the key word there is service. It's a giving back kind of a thing, and be able to contribute somehow to the overall success of the Railroad Museum, because it's something we're very proud of, and proud to be a part of this successful run we're having with the museum. And I also am involved with doing the outreach programs, taking a slideshow about the history of the museum and the history of railroads in Colorado, and presenting that to groups outside the museum.
I've been a volunteer at the Colorado Railroad Museum for over 10 years, and I really enjoy it. We're recreating living history of the West.
Army, keep doing this. Put it down. Put it down. Don't do anything stupid.
When you come out here, what you see is the way Colorado grew with its railroads, and all of us that are out here as volunteers, we're delighted to be part of this, and it's a calling that we feel very strongly that we want to continue to do and make this available for future generations.
I made a quick trip through the coaches and the ladies' restrooms, and then I went all the way back to the Pullmans, picked up the mail, gave whatever announcements were upcoming, whatever I was supposed to do, and you never knew what you were going to find.
Day Out with Thomas is just around the corner, featuring every child's favorite train hero, Thomas the Tank Engine. Thomas will be rolling into the Colorado Railroad Museum this year on September 14, 15, 21, 22, 28, and 29. Thomas is the rock star for preschoolers. It's a full day of fun with rides behind Thomas. We've got a petting zoo, a sing-along with Tim Sullivan, photos with Sir Topham Hatt, and delicious food. Oh, and did I mention Thomas the Tank Engine? I'm Donald Tallman, and I hope you stop by the Colorado Railroad Museum soon. It's a great place to lose track of time. See you next time.